Katie Logan has never been the type to stay silent when she senses danger circling someone she loves, and the August 6th, 2026 episode of The Bold and the Beautiful proves exactly why she remains one of the show's fiercest protectors. With emotions running high, relationships hanging by a thread, and old enemies refusing to disappear, this episode builds toward what could become one of the biggest turning points of the summer. Every conversation feels loaded with hidden meaning, and every character appears to be standing at a crossroads that could permanently reshape the future of the Spencer and Forrester families. The most explosive confrontation comes at the beach house, where Katie wastes absolutely no time confronting Dylan. Rather than approaching the situation politely, Katie goes directly on the offensive, making it crystal clear that she doesn't trust Dylan's growing relationship with Will. From Katie's perspective, the timing simply feels too convenient. Will belongs to one of Los Angeles' wealthiest families, and Katie fears Dylan may be looking beyond romance toward the enormous Spencer fortune. Katie's interrogation quickly becomes intensely personal. She questions Dylan's motives, challenges every explanation she offers, and practically accuses her of climbing the social ladder one relationship at a time. While Dylan attempts to defend herself, Katie refuses to back down, believing that protecting her son is more important than sparing anyone's feelings. However, this confrontation raises an interesting question for viewers. Is Katie seeing genuine warning signs, or is she allowing her own fears to cloud her judgment? Throughout the history of The Bold and the Beautiful, parents have repeatedly interfered in their children's relationships, sometimes correctly identifying dangerous partners, and other times creating problems that never truly existed. Katie's instincts have often served her well, but they have also led her into unnecessary conflicts. If Dylan's intentions are sincere, Katie's harsh accusations could unintentionally push Will closer to her. Young couples often unite against outside opposition, and Katie's aggressive approach may ultimately strengthen the very relationship she hopes to destroy. On the other hand, if Dylan really does have hidden motives, Katie's confrontation may be only the beginning of exposing a much larger scheme involving the Spencer family. Meanwhile, Bill Spencer approaches the situation from an entirely different angle. Rather than focusing on Dylan herself, Bill directs his attention toward Will's emotional state. After noticing that Will missed an important conference call because he was distracted, Bill doesn't hide his disappointment. As always, Bill expects complete focus, discipline, and commitment, especially from his own son. Bill believes the real issue isn't Dylan, but Elektra. In his mind, Will has spent far too much time dwelling on a relationship that brought constant complications. Bill encourages him to stop looking backward and instead embrace the opportunities waiting ahead. His message is simple: life moves forward, and successful people don't remain trapped in emotional baggage. Yet Will's response reveals just how conflicted he truly is. Although he admits that Elektra brought significant drama into his life, he also acknowledges that his feelings haven't completely disappeared. Emotional attachments rarely disappear overnight, particularly when relationships end without true closure. This inner conflict creates one of the episode's strongest emotional storylines. Will isn't choosing between two women as much as he's choosing between his past and his future. Elektra represents unfinished emotions, painful memories, and unresolved questions. Dylan represents something new, exciting, and perhaps uncertain. His hesitation makes him one of the most relatable characters in this storyline, because real emotional healing rarely follows a straight path. Bill's advice may sound harsh, but it reflects the philosophy that has defined his character for years. Bill has always believed strength means making difficult decisions quickly and refusing to let emotions interfere with success. Whether that philosophy actually benefits Will remains to be seen. Sometimes moving on requires time rather than pressure, and forcing emotional closure can produce exactly the opposite result. Away from the Spencer family drama, another emotional battle unfolds between Sheila Carter and Finn. Despite every rejection she has faced, Sheila once again attempts to convince Finn to accept her back into his life. She appeals to their biological connection, hoping that blood will eventually overcome years of betrayal, manipulation, and violence. But Finn's response leaves absolutely no room for misunderstanding. He refuses to betray Stephy. Those few words carry tremendous weight because they demonstrate how much Finn has grown. Earlier versions of Finn occasionally struggled to balance compassion for Sheila with loyalty to his wife. Now his priorities are unmistakable. His marriage and family come first, regardless of how desperately Sheila continues chasing redemption. For Sheila, however, rejection only seems to fuel greater determination. She has spent decades convincing herself that persistence eventually pays off. Every closed door simply becomes another challenge to overcome. That dangerous mindset explains why Stephy remains unable to relax, even after Finn's unwavering commitment. Stephy's scenes add another emotional layer to the episode. As she and Finn prepare for their upcoming trip to Monaco, she expresses the fears that have haunted her for years. Sheila's physical presence may come and go, but her psychological shadow never truly disappears. Every family celebration, every vacation, and every happy moment carries the possibility that Sheila could once again destroy everything. Finn reassures Stephy that his loyalty has never been stronger, providing the comfort she desperately needs before leaving Los Angeles. Their conversation highlights one of the healthiest aspects of their marriage: honest communication. Rather than hiding her anxiety, Stephy openly shares it, allowing Finn to reinforce their partnership instead of creating unnecessary misunderstandings. Still, longtime viewers know that peace on the bold and the beautiful rarely lasts very long. The mention of Monaco immediately raises expectations that major drama may be waiting overseas. Exotic locations have frequently served as the backdrop for shocking revelations, dangerous encounters, and life-changing confrontations. With Sheila still refusing to give up, Katie investigating Dylan, and Will struggling to choose his future, every storyline seems positioned to collide in unexpected ways. Looking ahead, Katie's suspicions could uncover secrets nobody anticipated. Will may eventually realize that neither Bill nor Katie can make his romantic decisions for him. Sheila's obsession with Finn appears far from over, increasing the possibility that Monaco becomes the setting for another terrifying chapter in her endless pursuit of acceptance. Most importantly, Stephy and Finn's united front will likely face its greatest test, yet his old enemies refuse to remain in the past. The August 6th episode succeeds because it doesn't rely solely on dramatic confrontations. Instead, it explores trust, loyalty, family protection, forgiveness, and emotional growth. Every character believes they're making the right choice, yet each decision carries consequences that could reshape multiple lives. As Monaco draws closer and tensions continue rising, fans have every reason to believe that the biggest surprises are still waiting just beyond the horizon.